Okay, folks, starting out in a child's pose means you have your big toes together, you're sitting on your heels, and with your knees together or apart, you can kind of decide what you want. You just start to walk your hands out, and then you want to think of your head coming down, but if you want to rest it on your arms, that's good too. And we'll just take some time here just to breathe and settle in. I like to wiggle side to side. And start to find your really big breath here. Big inhales. Complete exhales. And feel that really nice, expansive feeling across the back of your rib cage, but also the front and the sides here. Your whole torso expanding and contracting. Feel your belly puffing open on the inhale, kind of pressing down against your legs. With your exhales, feel your belly muscles drawing in strong toward your spine. So you're firing up your abdominals here on your exhales. And letting them completely relax on your inhale. As you rest here in this posture, notice what's going on. Your legs are getting kind of smooshed underneath your upper body, which should feel good, right? Your calves and your hamstrings and your quads, all getting a great massage. Okay, also, this is a nice stretch for your glutes, and it also neutralizes your low back. So enjoy that low back release. Right, deep down in your hips, you're getting a nice opening there, down in your inner hip. And if you can really relax your upper body here, your shoulder blades kind of slide off your back. And should feel nice in that upper body. We'll take a few more breaths here. Hopefully you notice your body having softened a little bit. You notice you're maybe feeling a little less tense in the hips, the back. And take a moment to watch your thoughts as well. Okay, notice that whatever the thoughts are doing or not doing, you always have the option to bring your awareness back to your breath and let your thoughts do their own thing. All right, friends, let's start to move a little bit. So reach your hands out away from you and grab the mat. And think of your armpits being nice and open here, your neck being nice and long, but you're still keeping your hips kind of heavy, kind of moving away from your hands. And then as you grab the mat, okay, take a big breath in and pull yourself up to hands and knees. So you're pulling yourself up and forward. And then keep your heart going. Keep your heart pulling forward between your arms. So you're arching your spine into a cow pose. And then with your exhale, drop it back to a child's pose, rounding your spine. So let's take a few more like that. Inhaling, pull it up and forward, cow pose. Think of pulling on the mat. Exhale, let it come back down. So keep going here. Find a little natural rhythm for yourself. And then I just want you to close your eyes and enjoy moving. Challenge yourself a little bit here to keep your elbows always pointing back and slightly inward. Okay, there's always a little bend in the elbows and they're always pointing back. We would never want them to point out to the side, okay? Get your whole spine involved here. As you roll up into that arched spine in a cow pose, feel that you can really pull and then get that upper back to open up. And as you roll it back into your flexed spine in child's pose, notice all the curves in the spine flatten out into one. So we'll just do this a few more times. And I want to start to add something on to this little movement. Okay, we're going to kind of build a little flow. Pull yourself up to a cow pose, okay, on your inhale, and then pause there. With your exhale, point your elbows at the back of your space, right, pulling them in, and lower your thumb to just above lower your heart to just above your thumbs, okay? And then you're inhaling back up to that cow pose. And then exhaling back to your child's. So let's try that a few more times. Inhale, pull yourself up to a cow, looking forward, arched spine. Exhale, lower your heart down towards your thumbs, chaturanga, pull your elbows in. Inhale for that cow pose, and exhale to child's. Keep flowing with me. We're building a little warmth in your upper body, building some warmth in the shoulders. And just do this a few more times. Last one, okay? Coming up to your cow, down to your chaturanga, back up to your cow, and then pause in your cow pose. And then as you exhale, I just want you to flip it over to a cat pose. Just like we do when we're just doing cat cows. Inhale, roll it forward to a cow. Exhale, push it back to a cat. So again, extending and flexing your spine. But just staying on your hands and knees here. Tabletop type of position. And then think of rolling sideways into it a few times. Getting a lot of movement in your spine. And then I'll meet you just with a flat back. So bring your tabletop position back to flat back shape. And then very important that we protect the low back and really wrap it up in strength here. So strengthen your belly muscles by wrapping all of them inward towards center, front, back, and sides, everything pulling in towards your spine, okay? And then try this. Try to stick your right leg out behind you and reach forward with your left arm, okay? Balancing there. Big breath in, reach, and exhale to bring it down. Other side, left leg out, right arm forward. Okay, big breath in as you reach, pull your belly button up, and exhale to bring it down. Can we go side to side like that? Inhale, right leg, left arm. Exhale down. Inhale, left leg, right arm. Exhale down. So just keep going like this for a few more rounds, please. Inhale, strengthening your back. Find a rhythm, nice and slow. Okay, the next time you reach up with your right leg and your left arm, hold right there and pause and breathe. Push the floor a little extra, strengthen your belly a little extra, and hold it right here. Try bending your right knee and pointing it out to the right. So your right leg is in a right angle, pointing to the right. Do the same with your left elbow. Bend the left elbow, point it to the left, hold and breathe. So you're lifting up high, push the floor. Strong here, keep breathing. If you want a little extra, you can extend the right leg and extend the left arm. Nice, one more big breath in. And then let it go. Other side, left leg, right arm. Inhale, reach up, hold, and breathe. Push the floor. Okay, we're gonna play around with bending that left knee, point it to the left, right elbow points to the right, hold, push the floor, breathe. Find some nice challenge in the back body and the front. If you want a little extra here, you can extend the arm and leg. One more big breath. And let it go. All right, tuck your toes here. Lift your hips. Go ahead and walk your hands back to your feet. Come on back. We'll just hang for a little bit. Hanging over your legs with your upper body really kind of floppy and long. Just kind of sway here. Okay, make sure you're bending your knees enough that you can put your palms or at least your fingertips down. Something to support your upper body. And do let your head hang. Just shake it out. Let your neck be soft. Okay, with your fingertips at least, or your palms maybe down in front of you, rock onto your toes and then your heels. Rock your weight, toes, heels. And then settle into perfect weight bearing on each foot equally. Okay, front and back of the foot equally. And then we're gonna roll it up from here. Push into your heels. Inhale, stack yourself up nice and tall. Reach up high. All right, exhale here and sit it down into a chair squat. We're gonna drop into the hips. Okay, pull the knees toward each other. Hold this chair squat. As you inhale, reach your right arm behind you. Think of opening your arms wide like you wanted to give someone a hug. Look at that right hand. And back to center on your inhale. Nice, other side. Reach the left hand back, look behind you. Back to center. See if you can drop a little lower. Nice, inhale here. Bring it all the way up to standing. And exhale here, hinging at your hips, fold it all the way down. Your palms are on the floor. Maybe you need to bend your knees here. But with your inhale, walk yourself forward and find a plank pose, okay? Remember, in plank, you can drop your knees at any time, okay? With your exhale, walk to your hands and fold. Take a moment, shake it out. Maybe here, you'd like to grab your elbows and kind of swing yourself, hang your head, shake it out. Let your low back kind of hang. And then find equal weight in both feet, front to back, and we're gonna roll it up. Inhale here, roll yourself up. Reach up tall. Exhale here, drop it into another chair squat. Hips down, heart up, knees toward each other. Inhale here, reach back with the right hand. Twist as you look behind you. And exhale back to center, drop a little lower. On the left, inhale, look behind you, reach the left hand back. Exhale back to center, drop a little lower. Getting the legs nice and warm. Inhaling here, lift all the way up to standing. Exhale here, hinging at your hips, fold. Okay, palms come down here. Inhale and walk your feet back through a plank. And then exhale, walk your hands back to your feet. Again, take a moment just to hang. Maybe here you want to really bend your knees and join your hands behind you. You can interlace your fingers, move the hands away from you. Just swing. Shake your head out. Shift your weight around. Nice stretch for the fronts of your shoulders. As you're ready, release that. We're going to roll it up. So press into your heels. Here we go. Inhale, just like we did before, okay? Exhale down into that chair squat. Inhale and twist, looking behind you to the right. Drop into the hips. Exhale back to center, drop a little lower. On the other side, inhale, look behind, twist. Exhale, drop a little lower. Inhale, lifting up to standing. Exhale, fold it all the way down. Palms are down here. With your inhale, walk your hands forward and find a plank. Okay, you can have your knees down first or not. If you like, you can hover the knees. But with your exhale, bend your elbows, bend your knees. See if you could bring your knees, chest, and your chin down to the mat first. Maybe you even hover them. Okay, on your inhale, pull yourself forward with your hands. Pull that heart up and forward. And with your exhale, tuck your toes, bend your knees. We're bringing it up and back to a downward facing dog. Walk your heels out here. Okay, notice how this down dog feels in the backs of your legs. Okay, and I want to flow through that a little bit more. Get your arms a little bit warmer. So here we go. We'll do just what we just did. Inhaling here, find a plank with your knees or without. Exhaling here, knees, chest, and chin come down. Chaturanga, looking forward, elbows in. Inhaling here, find a cobra. Pulling back on your hands, you're lifting your heart. Exhaling here, you can come up through hands and knees if you like, or up through a plank to your downward facing dog. Walk it out a little bit. Let your head hang. And we'll do that one more time, okay? Same idea. Getting the arms super warm. Inhaling here, your plank. Exhaling here, knees, chest, and chin come down and hover. Inhale here, find your cobra. Exhaling here, downward facing dog. All right, walk it out here. I'll get you off your hands here. All right, we'll come back to down dog. Put some weight on your left foot. And as you're ready, inhale, lift that right leg up and out behind you. With your exhale here, drop that right foot between your hands. We're dropping the back knee. That's the left knee, okay? Strong into your legs. Just come up on your fingertips and look forward out over your right leg. So you're lengthening your spine, okay? Giving yourself a lot of space and a lot of time to activate your legs and push them downward into the floor. Okay, as you're ready, inhale here, sweep your arms up overhead. We're gonna try a little low lunge here. Nice and low, keeping your hips low to the ground. With your exhale, bend your elbows, drop them down your back. Okay, lifting your heart. Inhaling here, reach your hands up high. Exhaling here, drop your hands down underneath your shoulders. Now we're gonna twist. So ground into the left hand. Inhale, reach up with that right. Big side opening, big twist. And exhale, drop that right hand back under your right shoulder. We're coming back up to the low lunge. So inhaling here, all hands up, lift your heart high. Exhaling here, cactus your arms, drop them down your back. Lift that heart. Inhaling here, low lunge. And exhaling here, hands down under your shoulders. Just like we did before, we're gonna keep flowing. Inhaling here, reaching up with the right hand. Twist, open, look up. Then exhale, drop that right hand back down. Let's do that one more time. Inhaling here, your low lunge coming up, reaching up. Exhaling here, cactus arms, drop down your back as you lift your sternum. Inhale, back up to the reach. Exhale, hands down under your shoulders. One more twist here. Inhaling, reach up with the right hand and hold here and breathe. I want to enjoy this twist for a little while. Okay, so here we are. Make sure your bottom elbow is a little bit soft. It's not locking. And both shoulders are nice and strong. And you're reaching out, looking up. And keep the legs nice and strong too. See if you could drop the hips a little lower. If you want a little more here from this lunge, you could tuck the back toes, hover the back knee nice and high. Try to get the back knee up as you drop your right hip. Nice breath here. One more big breath, taking up a lot of space in this posture. And as you're ready, come down with the back knee if it was up. Come down with the right hand. And we'll see if we can bring this up and back to a three-leg dog. So we can tuck the left toes, lift the left knee, and with your inhale, swing that right leg up and out behind you, up to the ceiling. With your exhale, drop the right foot next to the left, back in downward facing dog. All right, notice how downward facing dog feels. And then we'll play around with a little vinyasa before we go to the other side. So here we go, friends. Inhaling here, find a plank. Exhale, walk to your hands and fold. Roll it up on your inhale, push into your heels. Okay, just like we did before, exhale, drop it into your chair squat. Inhale as you twist open to the right, look behind you. Exhale, drop it back into your chair squat, back at center, drop lower. On the left, inhale, look behind you. Exhale, back to center, drop a little lower. Inhale, all the way up to standing. Lift your heart. And exhale, folding, hinging at your hips. Halfway up on your inhale, just unroll your spine to look forward. And on your exhale, nice big fold. You can bend your knees a little extra and hug your legs. Palms are down here. Inhale and step it back to a plank. Remember, you can use your knees, okay? Exhale here, chaturanga, knees, chest, and chin come down before the others. And inhale here, roll your heart up and forward into a cobra. Tailbone down, pull on the mat. Exhale here, downward facing dog. Okay, here in your down dog, take a few walkouts of your heels. Start to press into your hands and push back in your feet, maybe lifting your toes. Maybe close your eyes. Pull the elbows in toward each other and remember to lift your kneecaps up towards your hips here, and that might allow your hamstrings to let go a little bit more. All right, my friends, let's keep moving. Inhale here, lifting that left leg up and out behind you. Exhale here, swing the left foot forward and drop it between your hands. Let's drop the right knee. Come up on your fingertips here and give your chest a lot of space to lengthen forward over your left thigh. So you have lots of time. I want you to set it up. Start to activate your legs against the floor, okay? And then when you're ready, when the legs are strong and stable, we'll start to move. So same flow we did on the other side. Inhaling here, reach up with your hands. Low lunge, Anjaneyasana. Big chest moves up. And with your exhale, make cactus arms. Drop them down your back. Lift your heart. Inhaling back to reach up. And exhale, hands down under your shoulders. Coming up to that twist on your inhale, ground into the right hand, reach up with the left, look up. Then exhale, bring it down. Okay, back up to the low lunge. Inhale, low lunge, heart up, legs push down. Exhale, cactus arms, drop them down your back. Inhale, lift up high. Exhale, drop your hands. Again, twist. Inhale, left hand up. Exhale, bring it down. One more round just like that, okay? Inhaling, low lunge, come on up. Exhaling, cactus arms. Inhaling, reach up. And then exhale, hands down. Inhale for your lunge here, lift up with that left hand. Hold and breathe, okay? I will spin around to face you here. Remember to keep your legs active, okay? Your legs are still actively pushing down against the floor. Both your elbows are soft, okay? And look up to get that nice twist in your spine. If you want a little more, tuck the right toes, hover the right knee, but drop the left hip. Should feel some nice heat building as you hold this twist. One more big breath here. And come on down, both hands down. Okay, now let's see if we can bring this back up to a three-leg dog. So tuck the right toes, hover the right knee, and inhale, left leg up and out behind. Send it up. And exhale, drop the left foot next to the right. You're back in downward facing dog. Let's take a few breaths here, friends. Think of pushing the floor. Notice how your legs feel. And then we'll take another little vinyasa, okay, just to clear things out. So here we go. Inhaling, find a plank. Exhale, step to your hands and fold. Roll it up on your inhale. Lift up tall. Exhale, sit down into your chair squat. Here we go. Inhale, twist open to the right, look behind. Exhale, back to center, drop lower. Inhale, twist open to the left. Exhale, back to center, drop lower. Inhale, all the way up, lift that heart. Then exhale, all the way down, fold it. Halfway up on your inhales, look forward. And exhale, fold all the way down again. Palms are down. Inhale and step it back to your plank. Exhale, chaturanga, knees, chest, and chin come down. Inhale for your cobra. Pull that heart up and forward. And exhale, downward facing dog, friends. I'll meet you there. Okay, take a few more breaths here in your downward facing dog. How do your legs feel? Lift those kneecaps and drop the heels. Pull the elbows inward, let the shoulder blades slide down your back. And then maybe make your stance a little bit longer. Walk your fingers forward. Notice how that feels. All right, let's keep moving. Inhaling here, let's get the right leg up and out behind, send it high. Exhale here, send that right knee forward and drop it, the foot between your hands. Okay, we're gonna walk the hands over to the left here. So walk them over to the left side of your mat and then allow all your toes to turn out to the left as well. Okay, see if you could come down to your palms here. Just let yourself be nice and supported. And take some time just to settle in, okay? For example, you might want to take your feet wider or closer. And you might want to walk your hands away from your feet so your spine has more space to be kind of a tabletop, kind of a flat back idea. And then from here, make sure that you are slightly inward pointing with your toes, and see if you can lift your toes up and rock into the outer edges of your feet, lifting your arches. Should feel really nice. And could you keep your feet nice and active like that as we start to move? So we'll ground into the left hand and reach up with the right. Big breath in, looking up as you twist open, and exhale to bring it down. Switching sides. Down hand pushes, up hand reaches. Lift that left hand. And then exhale to bring it down. So let's go a few more times like this on either side. Just kind of wringing your spine out even more. Maybe close your eyes. As you move, notice some things happening, okay? Do you notice that your tailbone tends to point out to one direction or the other? For example, if you look up to the left, does your tailbone point to the right? Okay, that's something that you kind of want to play around with. So you want to keep your tailbone pointing away from your head. So see if you could do that. Notice how that feels, keeping that long spine as you twist. Additionally, what do you notice about the bottom shoulder, the supporting shoulder? Does it tend to go soft? See if you could keep it really strong. And then next time you reach up, just whatever side, hold it right there. Hold and breathe. Lengthen your spine, so point the tailbone away from your head. Activate the bottom shoulder, bend the bottom elbow, and look up. Breathe here. Think about stacking top shoulder over bottom shoulder and leveling off your hips. Wringing yourself out in your rib cage. You might feel this in your shoulders. One more breath. Bring it down. We're switching sides, okay? Whatever hand was down is up. Whatever hand was up is down. Hold and breathe. Lengthen that spine. Tailbone points away. Active shoulders. Look up. Breathe. Make a little extra space here. One last breath. And then let it go. Drop the right hand back down, or the top hand back down. And from here, friends, I just want to fold and enjoy this nice hanging feeling we can cultivate in the spine. So start to walk your hands back in between your feet, and then you can keep them going, okay? Your fingers should point in the same direction as your toes, however. You can keep your hands going as long as you want to, so that eventually your spine truly hangs from your hips and the top of your head points down, okay? Take some time right here, just breathing. If the top of your head touches the floor, take your feet closer. Okay, give yourself longer space to hang. And then you have options here. You can continue to use the floor with your hands, just putting your hands on the floor, pointing your head down, kind of pulling your elbows in toward each other. Or you can grab onto your legs. You can grab one calf in each hand and gently hug your legs towards you, creating a lot of space in your back body. Breathe into all that space. We'll take a few more breaths here. Spaciousness in the backs of your legs, on the insides of your legs, spaciousness in your spine, and especially your neck. All right, friends, one more really nice, long, slow breath right here. And then bring your hands back underneath your shoulders. Start to walk them out away from where your feet are. And then you can walk your hands back over by your right foot. point those right toes forward, okay? And pop that left heel up in the air. So we're set up to come up to a three-legged dog. So let's send that right leg up and out behind. And then pause in your three-legged dog. Let's turn this into a scorpion pose. So bending your right knee, point the right toes to the left. And this is your pointy scorpion tail. Now pause here. I want you to make sure that you're pulling back on the left hip and dropping the right shoulder. And the best way that I've found to trick yourself into doing that is to look under your left armpit and wave at yourself with your right toes. To do that, you have to drop your right shoulder and you have to pull back on your left hip. So this is a great stretch for the back of your left leg and your right hip. You could stay right here if you choose, or you could flip it out. You could drop the right toes to the floor over on the left, turn your left leg into a side plank leg that's very straight, and then reach up with your right arm, okay? Or you could just stay in that scorpion, okay? So wherever you are, breathe. Taking big breaths into the right hip. One more big breath wherever you are, okay? And then we'll all meet back around with that right hand on the floor, right leg up in the air. Stick it out there. Inhale, right leg high. And exhale, right foot on the ground, next to the left. You're back in a downward facing dog. Okay, let's take a little round of vinyasa. So if you need a break, this is a good time to just take a child's pose, and we'll meet back in a down dog in a few, okay? Here we go. Inhaling, find your plank. Exhaling to your hands, fold. Roll it up on your inhale. Lift your heart. Exhale down into your chair squat, just like we did before. Inhaling, twist open to one side, look back. Exhale back to center and sink deeper. Inhale to the other side, twist and look back. Exhale back to center, sink deeper. Inhale all the way up, lift your heart. Exhale and fold. Halfway up, inhale. Big fold, exhale. Palms are down, inhale to your plank. Exhale, chaturanga, knees, chest, and chin come down first. Inhale for that cobra, tailbone down, heart up. And exhale, downward facing dog. Okay, walk it out here, take a few breaths. Okay, really lifting your kneecaps, dropping your heels, lifting your toes, elbows in, long spine. All right, friends, let's keep moving. Inhaling here, your left leg up and out behind you. Exhaling here, send that left knee forward, drop the foot between your hands. So here, we'll walk our hands out to the left and do another wide leg forward bend. Sorry, walk your hands out to the right. Hands out to the right. So we're just doing the other side, and I'll spin around to face you here, but we're in the same position. So now all your fingers and toes are pointing out to the right, okay? And then just point your heels in. So your toes are out, your heels are in, and start to bend your knees out to the side here. And you're gonna take one hand to each thigh and just press yourself up. And feel free to adjust the width of your feet so that it's more pleasant. But I want you to just hang out here for a moment and feel how with your hands on your knees, on your thighs, you can drop your hips low and keep your spine really long. So you should feel a nice stretch on your inner thigh, okay? And a nice long spine at the same time. So your shoulders never come up close to your ears. They always stay away from your ears. And we'll just twist a little more here. So feel free to drop nice and deep into your hips. But with your inhales, push into your legs, long spine. With your exhale, drop a left shoulder. Look over your right. Inhale back up to center with your long spine. And then the other side, exhale, drop the right shoulder. Look over the left. And we'll take a few more like that. Inhaling to have your center, long spine, and exhaling to twist. So really push your knees back, okay? Like you're pushing them apart from each other. So great massage all across your back body here. Close your eyes if you want a little more balance training. Just a couple more on each side. You might get some pops. Really push those knees back. Okay, next time you come back into center, let's pause here. Drop your hands to the floor under your shoulders. And then point your toes back in toward each other and your heels out. And you can keep a little bend in your knees if you like. And we're just gonna bend side to side, bend into one knee, bend into the other. And then I wanna play around with a really nice opening, really nice stretchiness on the inner thigh. So just kind of feel it out and don't feel like you have to go further than is comfortable. So bring your hips back up to center. Your hands are under your shoulders, okay? Your spine is long. And if this is quite enough for you, then just stay right here. If it's enough on your inner thigh, okay? You don't have to keep going. In fact, it would be most beneficial for you to just rest here. But if you like, you can start walking your feet out away from each other and just see how that feels. Just do a few inches at a time, okay? And make sure your toes are sort of pointed forward-ish, okay? You can start to really walk the feet out, and just go as low as you want to go. It's going to be so different for everyone. But a few things I can say that might be helpful are to keep the outside edges of your feet grounded. You can try that. Keep those outer edges grounded. Do your best to keep your toes pointing forward. And if you think about it, you can move your hips back a little bit behind where your feet are. And that might help just kind of open things up a little bit. So keep the front and the back of the leg active as if you're trying to plug your legs into your hips. And we'll take a few more breaths here in this really stretchy posture. Make sure your spine is nice and long. And then start to walk yourself back up out of it. Shimmy the feet back in. Until they're just about where you started in that wide leg forward fold. And then we'll back up out of this. Okay, so walk your hands back over by that left foot. Point those left toes forward. Pick up that right heel and you're back in a lunge. And we're set up for another three-leg dog. So inhaling here, left leg up and out behind you. And let's scorpion this one as well. So bending the left knee, point the left toes to the right and pause. Pause here. So remember that little trick? If you look under the right shoulder at your left foot, it obliges you to drop the left shoulder and pull back on the right hip. And that's what we want. So great stretch for the right leg on the back and the left hip in the front. And you can stay right here. This is enough, okay? Or you can drop that left toe to the floor on the right, extend that right leg like it's a side plank leg, and then reach the left arm up and over, okay? Spreading open your chest to the ceiling. You can even cactus the left arm. Big breath here. Think of lifting your heart up. Okay, opening up that left hip still. One more big breath wherever you are. And then come back around with that left hand on the floor if it left. And we'll all meet in a big three-leg dog on your inhale. Stick the left leg way up high. And exhale here. Drop the left foot next to the right. Back in your downward facing dog. So this is our last downward facing dog for this practice. So notice how it feels. Notice how your shoulders feel too. And as you're ready, friends, walk to your hands. Walk all the way there. Bend your knees nicely and just hang and swing. Shake your head. Let your upper body just drape and hang over your lower body. And then I'll give you some options here just to play around with. Option A is just to keep your fingertips on the floor with your knees bent, hanging your head. Okay, if that's enough, then it's enough. But if you want a little more, you can take your hands, one to each calf, and think of hugging your knees towards you. I like to think of my shoulders being close to my knees here. And breathing extra space into the back of your body from your legs all the way up to the back of your ribs. One more option I want to give you that you can play with if you like is to pick up the front part of one of your feet. You can slide your hand underneath your foot and step on your palm so that your fingers tickle your heel and your toes tickle your wrist. And you can do that on both sides, stepping on your hands. And from here, you can get a really good calf stretch if you like by picking up one foot in the front at a time, kind of rocking back on your heel, okay? It's kind of a funky movement. Okay, also, if that's really fun and it's comfortable, then you can play around with pressing your weight down by lifting your heels, pressing your weight into your palms, and standing on your own hands. That's kind of a funky balance challenge that can be fun to play with. And the floor is right there, so it's not too scary. Okay, wherever you are, take another breath or two, nice and slow. And then bring yourself back to hands on the floor. We're gonna bend the knees, just come all the way to a seat here. Come on down. Shake your legs out in front of you. All right, legs should be feeling nice. Hips should be feeling nice. We did some good work today. Let's see if we could roll down in slow motion. So reach towards your toes with your fingers and then intentionally round your spine, pointing your tailbone at your toes, pulling back on your belly button. Slow motion roll back. All right, friends, once you land, relax. You can close your eyes. Let your breath just run wild. Allow your body to soften more and more with each breath. So here's the part of the practice where we just let go completely and notice what's going on in your body and your breath now. Soften your jaw and your face as you lay here and let any remaining tension in your body drain out into the floor. Allow yourself to just experience being in your body right now. Notice how it feels. Notice your breath. Just being. And please give yourself as long as you can just to rest like this and give your body a chance to soak up your practice. And this is where I'll leave you today. Thanks so much for joining me, guys.